It's your girl TB, and you know we had to do it. We're back with another one. Who we talking about today? Today we're talking about the Warriors and the Spurs and the Suns and the Celtics. So I think we're just gonna head west, give y'all a little recap, some stats, showdown of the rundown. You know how we get down. You know how we get down. So let's just dive into it. First things first, the Spurs beat the Warriors 126 to 113. Yes, that's right. I've told y'all when I've been talking about the Spurs lately, how they beat the Timberwolves, they beat OKC, the top two teams in the West, and now they beating the Warriors, defending champions from way back when, not last year, but the fact that they can even beat this team just shows a lot of potential, especially being the last in the West. It just shows like, okay, we're really capable of winning against like higher teams that's, up there in the Western Conference. So it's like big ups to y'all for doing y'all big one. And they did this all without Wembanyama. So it was like y'all were able to do that and without Devin Vassell, because y'all already know those are the two main people I talk about when I talk about the Spurs, like the leading scorers, rebounds, whatever the case may be, their stats are always high. So it's like y'all were able to win without y'all two main players, and y'all did a heck of a job. Y'all outscored the Warriors like 3 out of the 4 quarters. The only one that the Warriors outscored was the 4th quarter, and obviously that's because they were trying to come back, but it was like they could not take the lead for nothing. So it's like big ups to y'all Spurs doing y'all big one. And then the crazy part about it is they did this in Golden State, so y'all already know how the energy is there. It's just be rocking, it's lit, it's loud. So it's like for y'all to like surpass all of that and like tune that out and still win is like that's greatness. Like, and I just feel like next season it's gonna be an even better season for y'all. Like it's gonna definitely be more games that they are going to win. So it's just like big ups to y'all. So let's just dive into some stats and talk about how the game actually went. The first person I want to talk about, and that's going to be Johnson Keldon. I think that's how you say his first name. Johnson came off the bench scoring. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds, so getting a double-double. So it's like big ups to you doing your big one. They were aggressive. The defense was there, and they just like when the opportunity presents itself, you just have to take it. And I feel like that's what the Spurs did when they played the Warriors last night. So it's like, I love that for y'all. And the next person I want to talk about, and I already know I'm going to say his last name wrong. So Jeremy Sochan, don't really know if I'm saying it right, y'all. Y'all know I be messing up names, butchering them all the time. But he had 20 points last night, and he had 5 rebounds. So it's like big ups to both of you guys for doing an amazing job, putting on a show. I feel like all the starters did a great job when it came to the Spurs, and they just had great ball movement, great chemistry, and I just feel like they really stepped up to the plate and put on a show. So big ups to y'all. And so now we're just gonna head it over and talk about the Warriors, and that's Klay Thompson still taking a bench role, coming off the bench, but he did an amazing job last night. He had 27 points coming off the bench. So it's like big ups to you, Klay, for doing your big one. Of course, they did not have Steph Curry last night, right ankle injury. So they said they did an MRI and it was nothing major. So he'll be back hopefully sooner than later. And let's try to get them, into the play-in spot and see how that works if they can be capable of approaching the playoffs this season. But yeah, so of course he was out. So big ups to Klay stepping up. And then the next person in line coming off, he was a starter, Kuminga, handling business, being aggressive, being a big man, getting rebounds, just doing what he needs to do. And then he had 26 points last night. So it's like big ups to you for doing an amazing job. And so replace Steph Curry, we had Chris Paul starting. Y'all know he's been injured. He's only started like 12 or so games this season. So it's like, the next person in line, you got to do what's best for the team. And I just think that it just wasn't enough to get the win when it came to playing against the Spurs. And y'all, that's really just all I have to say, Steve Kerr, he was kind of saying like he didn't feel like their head was in the game. In a sense, he was like they could not, like they just couldn't take the lead. Like the energy from the Spurs, it was just too high. Like you once, like sometimes you just can't get past that. You can't knock down those barriers, those walls. And I just feel like that's what happened when it came to the Warriors with not getting this win. And I feel like other players just should have stepped up to the plate, and that just didn't happen. But y'all, that's really all I had when we're talking about this game. So the next team, of course, is the Celtics and the Suns. It's like we are not getting a 3-0 loss. Y'all know they had their 11-game winning streak, and then it got kind of cut down from Cleveland, and then they end up losing again. And then the next person was the Suns, so they were like, we're not losing against the Suns. So they end up taking it 117 to 107. So it was like big ups to y'all. Y'all did an amazing job. I just want, when it comes to the Celtics, for them to finish the whole thing in a sense of winning the championship. Not necessarily saying that's who I'm rooting for, but I'm just saying y'all have been number one for so long on the East. Y'all always get super far. So it's like it's time to like finish it to the end. Like if y'all gonna be number one in the Eastern Conference, y'all gotta finish out the playoffs. Y'all got to finish out the finals. Y'all got to do all of that. That's the only thing that I have to say when it comes to the Celtics. Like, are they finals ready? You know what I'm saying? Like, what other team on the East is like messing with them in so many words? But anyways, let's talk about the stats. And that's going to be, of course, Tatum going off. He had 29 points, 10 rebounds, getting him a double-double. But Tatum is one of the most consistent players on the Celtics. I say this a lot. So honestly, it's just like keep doing what you're doing. I kind of feel like he should come to the ball more in a sense of like sometimes when you're watching him, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but this is just my personal opinion. He'll be trying to get open, but sometimes it's like, okay, you're a guard, so it's like you got to get to the ball. Like you got to actually come and get the ball. If you see your other players are trapped and there's nothing else that they can do, like you got to handle it. You're the leader of the team. And that's really the only thing that I have to say when it comes to Tatum. And the next person we're going to talk about, and that's going to be Jaylen Brown. I feel like he has been stepping up, doing his big one lately, doing an amazing job. He finished with 27 points, and I just feel like he should get the props that he deserves. And he does not get that. It's always when you hear the Celtics, you're just going to hear Jason Tatum. And it's like, okay, we got Jaylen Brown here and he be doing his big one. So it's like, give him that. But that's really all I had. Of course, they got the win. They outscored the Suns all three quarters. The only time to score, the Suns outscored the Celtics was in the third quarter, and they got it down to like 3 points, but it was like they still could not take the lead. And I was just like, y'all trying to stay in that playoff spot because, you know, they're number 6 on the Western Conference. So it's like y'all have to keep that. So now we're just going to head it over and talk about the Suns. Of course, we did not have Devin Booker. This is his 4th game now that he's missed. So it's like hopefully he's back. He's healthy and he's ready to play because when playoff time come, we need you, D-Book. So we had KD going off. He had him a season high 45 points last night, doing your big one. And then he also had 10 rebounds, getting him a double-double. And he was just basically saying, like, we had to get aggressive, be aggressive. Obviously, it wasn't enough for the win. And he also said that basically every time that they thought they were, like, getting into range, it'll be a timeout called. And then the Celtics just do something that obviously the Suns was not aware of what was going to happen in so many words. So it's like, no, they couldn't get the win, but it's all good. You just got to come back hard. You got to come back strong. And then the next person in line was Bradley Beal. He ended up scoring 25 points. So it's like, big ups to you doing your big one. And that's just what it is. The Suns, they trailed the whole second half. They never could take the lead. And it's like those are things that you have to take into consideration is what I'm trying to say, I think. What you got to take into consideration in the sense of like when playoff time come, it's like, are y'all ready for that? Like y'all got to, you know, best of 7 or whoever get the 4 games or whatever the case may be in the playoffs. It's like, are y'all ready for that? Because y'all already know like the Suns are like the worst when it comes to fourth quarter and the scoring, and it's like even them just finishing games, we need them to like from start to finish like high energy. We need that from y'all Suns. We want to see y'all get past the first round. I know y'all can do it. Y'all know y'all can do it. We just gotta see y'all do it. Y'all know. But y'all, that's really all I had. It's getting closer and closer, y'all. We 1 month away till the season's over, so I know they can do it. So it's like big ups to everybody playing last night. Everybody did an amazing job. It just was not enough for the Suns. It wasn't enough for the Warriors. So y'all, that's really all I had. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I need y'all to be productive. I was productive. What else? Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so y'all can be alerted when I post. Once again, I'm TB. Peace out. Bye.